All right, welcome this evening. We're going to do two things. As you may or may not know, we're going to swear in our 2024 officers, and then we are going to have the awards ceremony. So thank you for being here this evening. I'd like to begin with the Pledge of Allegiance, if you would stand. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Be seated. All right, I'd like to introduce our dignitaries that are here very quickly. Mayor Mike Sarah, thank you. This was his impetus behind this and getting this done, and we appreciate that. Council President DeLine, Councilman Venn, Councilwoman Kent, Councilwoman Polidori, Councilwoman Kilberg, Councilman Bobby Cruz, Administrator Mike Corelli, right up here in front, and our Borough Attorney Dave Rutenberg, and also tonight I see in the crowd our Superintendent of Schools, Paul Amoroso. Dr. Amoroso, where are you? Thank you for being here this evening, sir. Okay, we will now present the officers to come up and be sworn in. We have 5 companies in Pompton Lakes. Each company is comprised of 3 officers, a captain, a first lieutenant, and a second lieutenant. And these men and women are representing and are our officers for 2024. Mayor.
Stretch your arms if you like, or just stare at it.
Where do you want? You want the mic?
Okay. I state your names. Oh, sorry. I state your names. You solemnly swear. That I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And the
Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
And the Constitution of the State of New Jersey.
I will bear true faith and allegiance. To the same. And to the governments established. In the United States. And in this state. Under the authority of the people. I will faithfully. Impartially. And justly. Perform all the duties of. Officer Volunteer Fire Department. According to the best of my ability. So help me God. Thank you all.
Thank you and congratulations to all the officers. Good evening again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the awards ceremony for firefighters and first aid squad members who represented and responded to an alarm of smoke coming from a house. That's how it came in. At 945 Ramapo Avenue on January 14th, 2023. This alarm was called in by Police Sergeant Brian Zimmerman, who was on patrol on Riverdale Road in the vicinity of the Ramapo Avenue intersection at 2 o'clock in the morning, if you can believe that, on a Saturday morning. Okay. Fire department was dispatched along with our first aid squad and responded quickly to the scene. The first 2 engine crew and chiefs proceeded to attempt to locate the cause and seat of the fire, and as they were doing so, the house exploded, causing exterior firefighters and the assistant chief to be thrown from and away from the structure. 3 of the responding firefighters have been detailed to enter the basement with a thermal imaging camera to further investigate the source of the fire. Upon reaching the basement floor, one of the firefighters recognized a hissing sound, and before he could tell the crew to exit the building, and as soon as they turned to exit the space, the house exploded, damaging the very wooden staircase they had used to enter the basement with no other means of egress. In the chaos, and as he turned, one of the crew members' gloves came off, causing what would be 3rd-degree burns to that member's left hand. The crew miraculously self-rescued from the basement due to the valiant actions of an individual to be recognized this evening. Other exterior firefighters, 2 of whom were thrown into a parked vehicle in the driveway, were treated at the scene and released. The assistant chief was standing at the top of the basement stairs inside the rear door when the explosion occurred, made his way out of the building first and was escorted to waiting first aid squad members. He sustained 3rd-degree burns on behind his left ear. Both burn victims were transported to St. Barnabas Couberman Hospital Burn Center by the Pompton Riverdale First Aid Squad crew who was already on the scene. First Aid Squad members who ran toward The destroyed building, now on fire, to assist the injured firefighters in the chaos, will also be duly recognized this evening. And here comes the cavalry. The remaining responding firefighters arrived on ladder 5-2 and engine 5-3, and immediately, without direction, took action to protect the exposure, which was a neighboring house that flames were impinging on, and established an extremely important water supply to the area ladder pipe and other hose lines to begin to bring the raging fire under control. Several firefighters also reported the rear of the fire building to assist with rescues, but fortunately all firefighters were reported to be out of the building at that time. These responders, including a second first aid squad crew, will also be duly recognized this evening. We wish to thank our mayor and council for your continued support of fire and ES operations in our borough. The fire responders from Riverdale, Bloomingdale, Wanacue, and Pompton Plains Rapid Intervention Crew and fire departments, and our own police officers who were on the scene and assisted us immensely that evening. They have already been duly recognized several months ago by the mayor and council. Thanks also to the Tri-Borough, Wayne, Wanacue, and Ringwood First Aid Squads. Also, thank you to St. Mary's Parish for the use and setup of the wall for the ceremony this evening. I, at this time, offer my personal congratulations to all of the recipients. In summation, we really gathered here this evening to honor the actions of the first responders, but more importantly, to give thanks to the Lord that we are all present here together this evening, and that there was no loss of firefighter or civilian life. And as the fire service saying says, everyone goes home. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Al. I've always said our first responders are top-notch in this town. And you can see that by the number of people that are involved in all our organizations. In a lot of the other towns, they're looking for members in all the groups. Our volunteer fire department and all our other departments have a great membership, and that's because of the camaraderie and the job you do. This situation could have been a lot worse than what it ended up to be. But because of the professionalism and the volunteer atmosphere that we had from our staff, they were able to control this fire, which was a big deal. The other thing I always have to thank is everyone sitting in the audience here, all the family members of our volunteers. You hear the phone go off at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you wonder where they're going. Sometimes it's just a smoke alarm. 99% of the time, it's a smoke alarm. But that one time when there's a house explosion, that's where it means something, and you're worried about your loved ones going out to that event. So I thank you for letting them have availability to come out and take care of our residents in our towns. And sometimes our residents forget, this is a volunteer group. This is not a paid group. They're putting their life on the line to support the town that they live in and they grew up in. So I thank you all for what you do and all you will do in the future.
Okay, I'd like to also welcome one of our Passaic County Commissioners, Commissioner Gallo. Thank you for coming this evening. And at this time, we also have a representative of Congressman Pascrell's office here. As most of you know in this audience, he has been an ardent supporter of this borough for many, many, many years. So I'd like to invite that young man up, say a few words. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is AJ. I'm the field representative with Congressman Bill Pascrell's office. I want to thank the mayor and council and everyone for allowing me to be here tonight while we honor all of our dedicated public servants back there. I have a list, I have a number of certificates for all of our honorees that we're not going to give out one by one because there are so many wonderful people here to honor. I would just like to say very briefly, thank you all for your service. I know it's like we have heard all the courageous acts that have happened with all of our wonderful honorees here. The congressman always says that there are two kind of people who go to Congress, people who want to change the world and people who want to change and help their communities, and you can see, obviously, there's one type of people here. Thank you again for your service. The congressman has always been a supporter of your department and of first responders across the board. As son of a police officer, I'm very grateful for his service. I know that he was here just about a week ago, presenting the department with a federal grant. We're really great, very glad to keep bringing resources into the district, into the community. If any of you ever need anything, the congressman is always here, and he's the first one to always say, please call our office. Thank you again, and thank you for your service. Stay safe.
Thank you very much. Now let's take Congressman. Yeah, over here. Mayor, we didn't practice for this, not like graduation. So we're going to do it tonight. Mayor's going to stand on this side. Nope, That's the chief's job. That's the chief's job. Stay right there. Chief Eckers, not our former police chief, he's in the crowd. His son, Jason, come on up. Chief, if you would, take this side right over here. Come on. We're going to put the recipient right in the center so that our Karen Murphy, who everybody knows. All right, we are doing this a little bit differently tonight. We're going to start with the unit citations first and save the most important one for last. So we will start with a young man by the name of Lieutenant William Brewer, Billy Brewer. Front center. Unit citation award. And just so you know, all of the titles are from last year. So Billy is now a captain this year of rescue, but we're still using that title on the certificate at the time of the event. Ex-Chief Dean Siopa is not here tonight. He was also there in his role as a prosecutor, with his experience as a prosecutor, I should say. Firefighter Samantha Daycake. Okay. Firefighter Fred Fort. Fred and another firefighter were on the radio that night manning our fire desk, and they did a yeoman's job at that. Lieutenant Caden Hallett. Firefighter Kevin Huha. Ex-Chief of Fire Official John Key. Ex-Chief Bob Mendel. Firefighter Michael Mullane. And Firefighter Mike Mullane. Firefighter Ron Pressler. Ron comes to us from Elmwood Park and is an ex-chief. He brings a lot of experience to our department. We welcome him. Thank you, Chief. Again, another radio man that night, Firefighter Mike Simone. Firefighter Roy Smith. Lieutenant Ray Solis. Firefighter Jake Sonny. Firefighter and First Aid Squad Chief Mark Sonny. Captain Jim Titus. And I got to give a shout out to his dad, former Captain Jim Titus, right over here. Number 2. Ex-Chief Albert Evangelista. I don't know if he's here tonight. From the Pompton Lakes Riverdale First Aid Squad Unit Citation Award, Walter Gosson. Walter serves as Assistant Chief of the squad, and his wife, Dawn Gosson. And their daughter, Amanda Gosson. And squad member Sharon Sonny. This was the unit that I spoke about being the first one on the scene. Or rather, I'm sorry, this was not the first one on the scene. This was the backup squad. Okay. Pompton Lakes Fire Department Meritorious Service Awards continued. Firefighter Mike Dalton. And I'm going to interrupt Lieutenant 1 minute, now Captain 1 minute, because I meant to read the description. This is now Meritorious Award. We already just finished the unit citation, so here it is. It's a highly unusual accomplishment under adverse conditions with some degree of hazard to life and limb to the nominee, or where death or injury to a third party is prevented. So congratulations in advance to all the meritorious service winners. Now, Lieutenant Paul Statuto, now Captain Bashir. Assistant Chief Dennis Akey. Fire Chief Jason Eckers. Lieutenant Joe Roberts could not be here this evening. So in his place, no, we have his brother as well here, Lieutenant Nick Roberts, who this year is captain of Company 3. And you're not going anywhere past there here. Firefighter Zach Van Derzen. All right, the Pompton Lakes Riverdale First Aid Squad Meritorious Service Awards for the first due ambulance. Stephanie Filippi. Ex-Chief Kenny Rosari. Emily Butera. And Diego Redondo. Thank God that ambulance was on scene, because when the house exploded, these members responded immediately to the rear of the house to assist injured firefighters. And that is very admirable, extremely admirable. Now, for the big guy, and he is a big guy, by the way. Okay, the Valor Award. Let me read that. Valor Awards are far and few in between in all fire departments. It's a very prestigious award, and you'll see why in a second. No, maybe more than a second. which is, yeah, there it is. Got it in your pocket. All right, thank you, sir. The Valor Award is presented to an individual who has performed an act of bravery beyond the call of duty at imminent personal risk to his or her own life and safety, with full knowledge of the risk involved. I spoke to these two gentlemen right here next to me prior to this ceremony, maybe months ago at this point now. And I asked one question. I said, did this man save your life? And both of them answered, yes. Okay, so there was no wonder in my mind as to whether or not this person is certainly deserving of it. So I would like to call up Captain Zach Majansky to receive the Valor. Thank you. Gentlemen, you may take your seats or positions. All right, that's really the conclusion of our ceremony. Again, I want to thank everyone for being here. It's certainly a very nice situation when we can honor the people that work so hard. You know, we volunteer as volunteers, not because we're looking for something. It's to help our neighbors and our family and our friends. And with that comes a lot of responsibility, a tremendous amount of training, and certainly our training was evident that night. Everything fell into place, thank God. Oh, and I want to again thank our mutual aid companies. Bloomingdale's in the crowd here tonight. They're presently standing by our firehouse while we're having this ceremony. And then the other companies I mentioned already at the beginning of my statement. So again, thank you to the community for the continued support. Thank you to the school district for what you do for our fire department and first aid squads, and for allowing Zach Majansky to leave from working fires during the day. We appreciate that, Dr. Emmerson, very much. Okay. All right, I'd like to conclude with a fireman's prayer. So if you would please stand, bow your heads. This fireman's prayer is nationwide. It's been around forever, and it certainly embodies everything that we have talked about here this evening. When I'm called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me the strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and to hear the weakest shout, and quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to give the best in me, to guard my every neighbor and protect their property. And if according to your will I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my spouse. Amen. I also want to introduce Zach's mom, who's sitting right here in the front row. Okay, Zach Majansky's mother is with us tonight, so thank you and congratulations to your son. Thank you very much for coming. Have a good evening.